What's up, guys? What's going on? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of the day this finds you. Thanks for joining those in the chat. I see you guys. Roger's bright and early. I think he was here at like 7:30 a.m. Central Time. I see Joe. Good to see you, Blake. Good evening, Harrigan. Good day. Seems like audio and video are working. I started a little early with just a splash screen up just in case. I don't know what happened last week. It was quite odd, let me tell you. So is my volume level okay? That's my only fear, is that it may be a little low. Tap, tap, tap. Todd Crapper, good to see ya. Swanky haircut? No, it's bedhead. That's what Sean's bedhead looks like. So what say you, Lou? So I'll start off with sharing a little story today. A little story. Story time. Gather around, kids. Gather around. So we all know the battle I had with Augie, right? If you're not familiar with who Augie is, he's my 20-pound plus silver gray tabby. Now, Augie's a smart cat. You know, when you talk to him, he tilts his head. He really wants to understand you. And the reason some people know him is because when I'm streaming, even when I was on Gaming BS with Brett, Augie would come down, and if he was hungry, he would kind of reach up to the chair and inadvertently, or maybe intentionally, put his claws into my leg. Probably to keep from falling, but let's just give him the benefit of the doubt, shall we? So Augie's the type of cat where he's always hungry, right? It's like Garfield times 10. But the difference is that Augie, when he gets a little hungry, he gets really dinky, right? He starts screwing around with wires. I have two audio streams going here. He starts screwing around. Like he'll want to knock things off of surfaces if he can. You know, like if we have a glass chess piece, he'll try to like knock the pieces off. And he will try to climb up on the back of the couch, you know, where he's not supposed to go. So Augie used to kind of, you know, to deter him, we'd shoot him with water, you know. And then we had to move things up to. Yeah, he is something else. He's a handful. And when he's hungry, it's not just normal food, right? He wants the snacks, snackos as we call them in the house. They're the Temptations treats. This stream is not sponsored by Temptations, though it should be. And which isn't good for him. So it's hard to like give him good food because he just doesn't eat it. So, you know, Augie's kind of being a dink last night, and sometimes he'll submit. Yeah, for sure. And sometimes he'll submit. You know, hey, okay, don't shoot me with the water or whatever, and he'll lay down. So this morning I get up. And my routines every morning are pretty standard. I have to take care of my dogs. I've got to feed the dog. I got to give the dog insulin. Seamus is diabetic. All good stuff. Then you take the dog out for a walk, do his business, come in. Augie is like wide awake at this point, wondering why you're going outside and not giving him food, yelling at you. Walking over to the basement door. Hey, this way. So I take care of the dog before I take care of Augie. So eventually I make my way down. And I open the door to the basement. I'm like, oh, it stinks down there. It stinks, right? Because that's where Augie's litter box is. So he must have left me. And Augie is notorious for crapping in the litter box and then not burying it. Because that's who he is. Jumbo, he used to do that. He would bury it. Not a big deal. So Augie, I've come to terms that he's just being an a-hole. All right. So like, wow, that stinks. I'm gonna, it stinks so bad. He probably crapped outside the litter box. And I have mats around it. I'll probably have to pick that up and clean it and everything, right? So I come downstairs. Sure enough, there's a couple turds in the litter box, and I'm like, okay, flip some litter on there for the time being as I get him his food as he's yelling at me. And then I get a plastic bag and I empty his litter box. And I empty his litter box every day, every morning. When I used to have one cat or more, then it would be twice a day. Okay. That's the type of owner I am. And so, I'm like, okay, it's a little bit better. And then I spray some, I think it's like Uzi or something. It's really potent air freshener. Right. So bear with me, guys. If you've come in on this story, I'm talking about my cat, Augie. So... Dorcas, good to see you. Let's see. So so I'm like, okay. And I usually go to the donut shop, right? And then I come downstairs and everything. And yeah, turds in the litter box. Talking about Augie, my cat. You might have to rewind this to be caught up. It's really not a lot of events there, but kind of prefaces the attitude that Augie has. And usually the day before, the night before, I change clothes, and instead of throwing them in the laundry, I throw them on the floor, okay? But in the morning, as they sit on the floor, then I pick them up and throw them into the laundry room. And so, I have my shirt and shorts from yesterday, and I feed Augie. I've cleaned out the litter box, and because I'm streaming, I don't want you guys to get a camera angle where you're sealing like a pile of dirty laundry on the floor. So I go to pick that up and squish right in my hand. Nice. Just like perfectly picked it up and my shorts, and there's a big old turd sitting in my shorts. And of course, since I grabbed it, it's now like squished into my shorts and my hand. Now, one could say, well, how do you know it was Augie, right? Well, fair. I would probably have to take it to trial. There probably was no eyewitnesses, but I will say I have a cat door. But that doesn't mean that the dogs can't come down. But Daisy won't. She's never been in my basement. It's probably very scary. So she's never interested, never wants to come down. Seamus, on the other hand, can actually fit through our cat door because we made it so big because we have fat cats. But Seamus now is kind of losing his vision, and, it wasn't Seamus, let me tell you, because he crashes in the evening, and when I get up in the morning, he's usually in the same-ish spot. So if he were to come down into the basement, he would stay there, and he'd be in the bathroom, like hiding from fireworks or sky booms. So yeah, Augie shit on my dirty clothes. Yeah. Wait until I tell my wife that story, because Augie is Lovey's cat, really, because she just thinks he can do no wrong. He's misunderstood. Yeah, he's a little mischievous, but that's just who he is. Crapped in my short. Yeah, I can't believe I crapped. Yes, I crapped in my pants, Blake, and I blame it on the cat. No, Augie. Trust me, it wasn't me. So there's a story to start the day off with. There you go. Yeah. So now I have like that, just. I walk dogs twice a day. Picking up poop is kind of the deal. But there's nothing worse than I've had accidents outside the litter box. I picked it up. I throw it away. It's all good. Flush it. Yay. Yeah, this is to a new low for Mr. Augustus Quentin Kelly. I probably have his middle name wrong. Anyways, good morning, Jason Weitzel. Todd, I said mention. Who else? Anybody else join? Wayne, good to see you. Yeah. Yeah, so there you go. He is something else. Something else. Those are not accidents. True, they probably aren't. They probably aren't. Now, back in the day, when I had Jumbo, it could be like, well, maybe it's Jumbo doing this stuff. But even when Jumbo was around, and the thing is it's really, I don't know if this has anything to do with it. So when Jumbo was alive, Jumbo, the whole house, like we don't have a big house, but the whole house, all the flooring you can imagine, upstairs, second floor. If I fed Jumbo and he was kind of done doing his thing and I had that dirty laundry and I was going to jump in the shower, when I came out of the shower, Jumbo would always crash on my pile of dirty laundry. Dirty underwear, Jumbo would lay on it. I got a round circular carpet that I'm standing on right now. Jumbo, not laying on the carpet, not laying on the floor. He'd lay on my dirty laundry. Coincidence? I don't know. But he would never crap in them, and he would never pee in them for sure. And Jumbo had health issues, right, for quite a while. So, anyways, there you go. I thought I'd share that little story with you. Hey, Ryan, next week we'll open with hemorrhoids. Oh, it's not that bad. Not that bad. So, yeah, cat crap. If you're a pet owner and you've had a mischievous pet, especially a cat, I'm sure, because those guys are just a whole nother world. Maybe perhaps you've run into such incidents. We sometimes wonder how Augie was given up because we were like, he's in really good health. We're kind of wondering why somebody would have given him up. I don't think he was a stray. I think he was surrendered. Like my wife remembers all the backgrounds of all the animals we've picked up. And I think Augie was just annoying the hell out of whoever owned him, and they were just like, you know what, I got something for you, buddy. we're gonna go to the pound. Yeah. Oh, hey-o. All right, let's get underway, shall we? Thanks for allowing me to just share that little story. It's because he has a hateful defactor. Yes. Yeah, he's like, oh, you don't want to give me snackos? I got your number. And I would imagine he didn't do it. I don't know. He could have done it in the middle of the night. Regardless. Well, Sean, he could have shit on the floor. Well, that I would have taken in stride. But on my shorts that I wear. Let's talk off with let's start the day. Aside from the story, a little that's not the one I want. Today's question compliments of Roger French. Fine member of the community, supported me for years now. Fellow player, I played in Roger's games, vice versa. He comes up with this question du jour. Your friends, now go with me, okay? Orcus Dorcas, just pretend you have friends, okay? You have friends. I'm kidding. Check out Orcus Dorcas. See, I promote his podcast, so I could take it, well, at least one jab at him. You have friends. Your friends are coming over in 30 minutes to play an RPG, and you haven't prepped anything. What is your go-to adventure arc, pre-published? Maybe it's a format that you have, a go-to arc that you can whip up right now before they come over. This could be a long answer, or it could be a short answer, right? They're coming over in 30 minutes. What could I possibly get down on index cards, paper, in my brain to get this thing off and running at a moment's notice? Ryan West kicks it off with Sailors of the Starless Sea. If you're not familiar with Sailors of the Starless Sea, it's a funnel adventure, a zero-level funnel adventure from Dungeon Crawl Classics, DCC, and Goodman Games, which most funnels usually start off with, typically. Not all, but most. Blake Ryan, he chimes in from down under. Monster of the week, werewolf in town. Or is it? Very good, very good. Joe Swick. Kidnapping and chase. Goblins smash into tavern and steal the bartender's daughter. Or a... What happened there? There we go. Kidnapping and chase. Goblins smash into tavern and steal the bartender's daughter or waitstaff for a sacrifice. Seems you can get some mileage. Jason Weitzel. Zombies. In... Wait for it. Space! Todd Crapper, designer, publisher. Drop of a hat, I run one of my published adventures for High Plains Samurai or ask for some story prompts and make it up as we go. The game system is my ultimate go-to because I built it. Makes sense that you're probably pretty savvy with the subject matter. Jason Weitzel continues. Zombies in the Philadelphia subway. So just like a normal day? Like, is that... So you're just talking about a Monday then? Caverna, good to see you. Thanks for joining. You missed my story about my buddy Augie. That's okay, though. Lou says, I'd pull up D4 caltrops, D100 tables, and see what leaps out at me. That's a good method. Nothing wrong with that. Roll. Oh, I don't like that one. Roll. Oh, I don't like that one. Roll again. Oh, I don't like that one. Random tables. My take on random tables. That's what it is. Roll. I don't like that one. Roll. I don't like that one. Roll. Okay. Roll again. I don't like the second part. Roll again. I should just pick. That's how random my random tables are. Hey, you could do that, right? There's no game in police. Jeez. Gabe Dibbing. If it's Conan O'Brien, my own, Servants of the Channel God. If it's Swords and Wizardry, Fountain. Wait a minute. I think it got cut off here. The Cursed Fountain. If it's Swords and Wizardry, The Cursed Fountain from Creations Edge Studios. Check that out. Very good. Some of you are answering so quickly. I'm thinking some of this might have actually have occurred with you or happened to you. Orcus Dorcus says, sorry, getting coffee. The Haunting of Ypsilon 14. I've run it so many times and have modified it to a point I can run it in my sleep. Yeah, that's always a good type of game scenario to have. Wayne Peacock says, it's not my fault. Exclamation point. In case I didn't put the enunciation on there. It says, a fate-accelerated character and situation generator. Card deck. I'm going to move this up. Keep looking down. There. That helps. Random tables should exist as prompts to get your idea train rolling. It's fine, Sean. Thanks, Ryan. Lou says, if we're in our ongoing campaign, I do have a set of my own tables that fit the world/campaign made from cherry picking other tables. Roger says, Roger, the source of this madness, I would run my Deadlands scenario Piper's Song that I've run a handful of times. I love that one. And the only tricky thing is, are some of these things you've run for the group before when you didn't prep? Well, this seems vaguely familiar. Blake Ryan, I have not heard of Ypsilon 14 mission. Like the idea of brochure style, though. Yeah, it's a good one, Blake, if you like Mothership. It's very quick, easy. It's got like what, 10, not even 10 squares for a map. It's cool. Harrigan says, depends on the game. Some games like Cyberg give you enough to just build from the ground up. Also, Trial by Fire for Operation White Box. Last Things Last for Delta Green. Fine choices. Harrigan continues. Black Worm or Wyrm of Dragonsford for OSR. Good stuff. That says, every once in a while I'll detour from the regularly scheduled game to have a sudden last-minute zombie invasion of whatever town/castle the PCs are in. Survive the night, live or die, mayhem. You had me at mayhem. Wayne says, picking from random tables is legit use of random tables. Thanks, guys. I don't know what I would do, because I am just rarely caught with my pants down on the floor where my cat can shit on them. But I'd probably have to go. Last Things Last is good for Delta Green, and Delta Green has a butt ton of pre-gens. Like, you can get that PDF, I think, for nothing. I think you can get it for nothing. Like, there's a bundle. Maybe it came with the Last Things Last PDF bundle. I'm not sure. But it's literally like 100 and some pre-generated characters. You literally just have to fill in the name, I think, the organization. Maybe. I think, So you just throw those a couple out on the table. Run Last Things Last. That's a good one. Ypsilon 14 is good. I haven't run it, though. I guess it depends on the game. Those are two good ones for sure. I'm trying to think of one. Forget About It. I probably run Forget About It. It's an easy one, especially at the table. VTT, probably not so much. But Forget About It at the table would probably be a good go-to. It's so easy to run, so simple. It's got pre-gens. You just put them out on the table, have them look at it. And then I've run it. I think the key with that one is because I've run it at least 4 times. So very easy, straightforward, and is different every time. Lou says, that's the trick. They're just friends and not my usual gamers. It'd be Into the Borderlands, Goodman Games Redux of TSR B1, B2. All right, look, boy, you guys are quite the literal bunch. Use that bundle this summer. Yeah, that's a good one, Harrigan, for sure. Oh, Lou takes a curve. It says alternatively. Sounds great, but you GM for a change. Oh, I think that's a good approach, but the only problem with that, Lou, is you were probably supposed to GM that night. And since you didn't, hey, why don't you just do it, buddy? Orcus Dorcas says Last Things Last is truly one of the few that claim it's open and run with almost no prep and actually is. Roger says, or The Quiet Year, which I have not looked into, but I have heard of. I'm going to step away and grab my beverage because now I've ran out of my beverage. So, yeah. Non-vanilla flavored. I'm sorry to disappoint at least Blake. But, dude, everyone's store, it's a crapshoot. I'd say 20% of the time I go there, they're out. So, had to sacrifice because I would have to go into the distance to get my favorite vanilla Coke. So what are you going to do? I'm going to wash my hands? No, I don't wash my... Oh, shoot. I should have probably done that. Well, thanks, everybody, for participating in the question of the day. Some good ones. Should probably check into some of those, like the Swords and Wizardry one. And Gabe's title. Gabe, is that out on for purchase yet? Your title? Who else should I be promoting? Who's got stuff out there? Blake Ryan's got stuff out there. Go buy Blake Ryan's stuff. Why do I do I overlook Blake? I do. I overlook Blake week to week because he usually bolts. Gabe Dibbing. All right, so Gabe, you need to DM me that link. I'll put Gabe's title down below. Blake, DM me your drive-through RPG presence or wherever you have your stuff. I'll put that in the link below. Caverna's got a YouTube channel. Check out Lekis on YouTube. Who else? Who else is creating? Who's got Wayne Peacock? Go check out Wayne's stuff. We'll have links down below. I'll have to remember to put these links down there. Augie's he is indeed, Roger. Who else? Oh, Gabe has a podcast too with Kevin Salthart from Saltlandia. What is it? Audible Volume. What is it? Analytic Dice. It's Analytic Dice. Go check out their podcast. They're on like episode 3 and get on the ground floor. Back catalog isn't deep. You don't have to spend 40 hours to listen to Zero and get caught up to speed. Todd Crapper, Covenstead podcast. Check out Todd. Not only that, Broken Ruler Games. Todd's got a deep catalog of stuff. Go out and check his stuff out. Who else am I missing? Anybody? I heard my ding of Discord on my phone over there. Thank you for whoever did that. All right. I'll have to rewind this myself and make sure I hit everybody. So everybody can double check. I think I got all the creators. If you've got anything out on drive-through, Itch, you got a podcast, YouTube channel, and I haven't brought it up, let me know. Okay, I think we're good. All right, thanks, guys. We'll put links down below for everybody that I think I mentioned. Not heard of Covenstead? Yeah, go ahead and check out Todd's stuff. It's been going on for a little while. What episode are you up to, Todd? Got some creative bunch. Creative bunch. 27. Recording episode 28 this week. That's over a year if you're doing it every other week. Good job. Congratulations, Todd. Going past 7 to 10 is an achievement in the podcasting space for sure. Titter Pigs is up there. Every other week. There you go. I'm going to close this window. And then I'm going to move this window so I could see what I see. Oh, and that's perfect. Like I'm streaming and I have the audio going at the same time. That's fantastic. All right, let's get down to business, shall we? Raven and Toad Studio, an eclectic mix of art, jewelry, and other shinies by Monica Valentinelli. So if you don't know Monica, I know her probably a little more on the personal side than not. She's not too far from me in locale, and she's contributed a ton of work into the RPG space, specifically in the World of Darkness realm, right? Vampire and some many more things, of course. But so I don't want to short her and her credibility, but she has launched this and had been brought to my attention through a third-party news site. So if you're interested, check out some of this stuff. I've just come to know this today, but Monica's good people. For those of you that know her, then you'll know who she is. She will also be at GameholeCon as a guest. So and if you're a guest, you're running a game. And I think one year she ran 5th edition. It was a Curse of Strahd, like using Ravenloft or Curse of Strahd. So go ahead and check that out if you are searching for something maybe to buy somebody or looks like some of these like are bracelets, crafts, like things. So check out that stuff. Yeah. I'm going to promote her stuff. Let's see. Link in the chat. Pathfinder, Starfinder people, and Foundry fans. It's all going to be 3 great flavors that taste great together, I guess. If you are a Pathfinder, Starfinder fan, now you can use their stuff officially on Foundry VTT, which is pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome, dude. I know they were pretty heavily embedded in that other VTT, and so this is going to be cool. See. Sigil Services. So we talked about Sigil Services before. As a matter of fact, I think Shane Hensley from Pinnacle is kind of a vested partner into that. Those are like, that must be the shop that everybody goes to create all their RPG stuff for Foundry. Because that's what they do. So that's cool. You'll find detailed high-resolution maps for every encounter, pre-rigged with walls, lighting, and ambient sound effects. You'll find custom battle tokens for every monster and NPC appearing in any scenario, even those without art in the published adventure. Now, there's always the talk about the virtual tabletop, right? There's some of us that don't care for it. Some of us appreciate it. Some of us have opinions on different virtual tabletops. But I have to say that if you have never bought a packaged system from a publisher with all the details and a adventure arc or scenario for specifically, and it could even be for Roll20 or Fantasy Grounds, maybe. I'm not wholly familiar with it. I've loaded it. But Foundry, Roll20, Fantasy Grounds, it's like super cool, right? As long as everything works and there isn't any fuddy-duddy weird version stuff that goes on and breaks things, it can be very refreshing. Like, you load a scene in Foundry or Roll20, everything is keyed. You click on the freaking little number that your players can't see. The box text comes up and all the details of that room. With the walls will be drawn out. So if you have dynamic lighting on it, you don't have tokens being able to go through the walls. It is something else. Most of us, where some of our frustration comes in with some of these virtual tabletops, is versioning specifically with Foundry. I'm on version this. All my things are working. They just upgraded. My server upgraded, and now all my shit's broken. But I could say some of the frustration that comes along with some of these things is when we're not sure it works or it's not working, or we have to like plop in the scenes, draw out the walls, do all the overhead. But so just a quick plug for things that you can literally just buy and boom. It can be quite an experience. So there you go. Anyways, I'm sure this is going to be top notch. Paizo does, I think, good work in the adventure space. Obviously they've been doing it for a long time. Spent a long time playing 1E. So if Sigil's in on this and doing it justice, it'll be, just look at some of these screenshots, some of the monsters, and I'm sure the tokens and all the art are going to be in there. So, and what happens is, as this part takes place, if you're a fan of Foundry, they're going to get some love probably by some actual plays and Paizo's audience, which is going to be pretty cool. So there are some details there. Did I put this in the chat? I don't remember. I'll do that because Ryan usually asks me for them. So there you go. Congratulations on that venture. I'm going to touch on this. There's lots of bundles that come along. Of course, you have to, does anybody not understand that this stream and I have huge biases and preferences and all that good stuff, right? As a human, I have strong opinions sometimes. And of course, everything I come to you with is going to be skewed to my liking. You know that, right? Kind of should be a no-brainer. That's why diversity in the RPG space is a good thing. So, having said that, I just want to put this out there. It's the Delta Green asset packs, right? So, of course, Dorcas, right? Like Free League, Delta Green, what else? Star Wars. Everything else is what? In the news? Huh? I don't understand. How's that news? So, Delta Green asset packs. This is one of the bundles. I'm going to pick this up because I wanted to, and I think it's going to, I can help out a good cause. I can also get some of this for pretty reasonable, $18. Most of these single go for 15. So I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 asset packs. And I think they're all digital PDF. So I'm sure you can print them off. But those are, I'm going to grab that. And then, of course, the Delta Green Mega Bundle, which I think I have most of. Although, I don't know about Impossible Landscapes, because that came out not too long ago. But you can get that in there. If you are remotely interested in Delta Green, this is a no-brainer. If you're not, hey, it's all good. You don't have to get it. Nobody's telling you have to buy it. So you get the agent handbook, and I think this is the agent. No, it's agent and the handler. Complex agent dossiers is the one I was talking about. 41 pre-generated agent professions. 126 pages. If you were to buy it, it was $3. Then there's the handler mega collection. Delta Green, The Conspiracy just came out. So, literally not even a year ago. And it's in this bundle as a PDF. The Labyrinth, Iconoclast. This is a good bundle. For sure. There's not a ton for the player side because it's a heavily game master. It's once you have the agent handbook for the player, you really don't need anything else. So, there you go. Go get it while you can. We know you have strong opinions about duck characters. Indeed. That's become a running joke on our Discord. He, Brandon Barnes. Ha ha. Funny. Donald Duck Adventures. Ha. Whatever that game was. Yeah, I'm a good sport. I could take it. They have duck characters in Delta Green. Blake Ryan. I see you. Ryan West says, LOL. I said to myself, I should buy this. Wait, I already did. I've often done that. But you never know when they add something too. Like, oh, you already have this, but you probably don't have the one book. Frankly, some of those bundles, if you don't have like one book, it's almost worth it because it can, let me see. The bundle is $20 for 5 books, and I don't have one of them. And if I were to get that single book, it would cost me $25 or $30. All right, what else? I think those were that's the big bundles that I was, yeah. So this has been going around, and Demon Grinder, friend of the show, has brought this to my attention. I still got to read the whole thing, but now it's like popping up almost everywhere. Like on my social medias, people are sharing this article. So the Marshall Project, if you're not familiar with the Marshall Project, they do quite a bit in the legal space, right? They're nonprofit journalism about criminal justice. That's what they do. And they did this extensive expose about inmates on death row in Texas and role-playing games. So if you haven't read it, go and do it. I swear as soon as I get off this stream, I'm going to read it. It is interesting. One thing I'm curious about so it kind of goes into some of the details. 200 people on death row, and somebody basically trying to run D&D and how that works in the criminal justice system. So others turn to D&D where they can feel a small sense of freedom they've left behind. When first ordered over, when Ford, he must want to be one of the folks of the article, first overheard the men of the old Huntsville death row playing D&D, they were engaged in a fast, high-octane version. So one of the things that some of these guys have, which it looks like they touch on, is you just don't have access to dice. They're probably seen as paraphernalia, right? Restricted stuff in the penitentiary. But I had known a couple people that have spent some time in the criminal justice system, and like one of them was a gamer, and I think they tried making like dice out of different things, like it's probably soap. You've got some of these random sketches that they did, like this randomizer, paper, like origami type stuff. But this is an interesting article. Some may say, well, should they be having fun? I don't know. But regardless, I think it's a decent article. It's not short, obviously. And if you were to, we talk about RPGs and the benefits of them. They can be used as beneficial to folks that are incarcerated. So stories about the social effects of RPGs are always fascinating, like Todd said. Like how many inmates play soldiers abroad, kids of developmental disabilities, patients with severe PTSD. It's fascinating. Yeah, it is. And regardless of your thoughts on the criminal justice system and how it works, and rehabilitation and the different types of crime and in all of that, it could be a very complex argument and debate, polarizing even. But is there rehabilitation? And I think some organizations think about rehabilitation. Can you rehabilitate? Does it, a particular type of criminal person And in certain situations, psychologically, they've said, no, you can't help those individuals with that problem. But, you know, there may also be a very conventional, traditional approach to saying, well, let's try, school and education and, teaching and classes. That'll rehabilitate individuals. Or, music or something, right? Like, well, maybe it's maybe it's the environment that they're in, and we do that and they become better, and then we can release them back into society, and their the risk of them being repeat offenders and things of that nature will be minimal. Tons of research and studies have been done, I'm sure, around that. But sometimes the RPG space is such a small segment of the world that you and I know a lot of the benefits, heard of the benefits, read about the benefits, have experienced some of the benefits, have known friends that have been at our tables that have experienced those benefits in a lot of different things, like even what Wayne put out, or Todd put out there. We've been doing this since the 70s. I think it even notes it in this article right here. A controversial future danger finding has been part of Texas death penalty law since the 1970s, whatever. So I'm only saying this is because, like, we've been playing this for a long time, some of us. It's amazing and in some prison systems, or I'm sure somebody's gotten wind of and they're trying to play this, but it hasn't made the mainstream media, so to speak, right? There's not 50 articles we come across, over a span of time that talks about rehabilitation in the prison system and it relating to role-playing games. So who knows? Maybe that's the way to go. That's also with, like, dogs in therapy, taking them to elderly facilities and, friendly dogs and things of that nature, or, taking dogs to children's hospitals, and the dopamine hit, or the happiness that they, there's certain things like you pet a dog and your stress level goes down. There's lots of weird things that people have researched, and they can contribute to beneficial, like in a positive avenue for some people. So I thought it was interesting, although some people will see this as like, that is, nope, they should be rotting away until their day. And because of what they did, they're never going to be seen as, these folks are on death row. This is a whole different ballgame. But then there's also the whole dilemma of, people that have been wrongly accused that have been on death row and then ultimately released based on newer, updated evidence, because we have the technology to test DNA that we didn't back, in the 60s or 70s. So it's lots of stuff, a lot of moving parts. Not here to debate all of them or any of them necessarily, but I wanted to bring up this article because of RPGs in an area where some of us may not have heard of them. Like, I think some of us know about, like, teachers using it to teach kids, and then there's the D&D club at school. People have implemented RPGs, like Todd said. We know about, like, some of the ones that have helped out with PTSD and autism and things of that nature. But I don't know if the prison system necessarily has hit my radar. So there you go. Check it out. Did I put it in there? I did. Okay. Todd says, I worked with a consultant who uses RPGs LARPs to help people who have suffered. I got this right behind this monitor. It's driving me nuts. And I turned it off. There we go. Apologies. Todd to help people who have suffered severe trauma to help them overcome their issue in a safe space. Yeah. Wayne says, went to a great seminar at GameholeCon on using RPGs in therapy. Ty says, will we talk about cryptid creeks? I guess we can, Ty. Todd says, it's aware safety tools as mechanical tools become so vital in game, particularly when you have a title with a mature, complex plotline. Ty says they should play Enclave Diceless system. Oh, I'm sure that these folks may not know, like, the availability of some of these games either. So they probably just like, I know D&D, and oh, by the way, they don't have rule books, I don't think. Many of them aren't loud rule books. So a lot of them have to come up with rules on their own. As a matter of fact, they allude to that in the article. Like, I don't have a rule book, so it's rulings. So anyways, go ahead and check it out. Read that. Now you know a little bit about what's going on there. Let's see. Crawford, that animal. Geek Native, free to download, Cities Without Number. Most, I think, of his catalog, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe a lot of his stuff, like Worlds Without Number, Stars Without Number, a lot of the base games are free to get. So not without further ado, Cities Without Number. The deluxe edition is $24.99 in PDF and the hardcover is probably something else. Oh, PDF and with hardcover. Interesting. You can get, so it's available. You can get it now. There's also the free to download PDF. So Cities Without Number is the world star without number alternative to Cyberpunk. High-tech gear, drone, cyberware, hacking rules. Also has a system-neutral world-building tools, which I think has been probably a big strength of the number titles that Crawford's put out. The deluxe edition, so typically you have the free version, it'll get you a character generation and some of those details, but then the deluxe versions that you pay for will give you more. Like, I can't remember, I think it was Star Without Numbers. You get like the ships or mechs that aren't in the free version. It's things of that nature. Some optional rules. Like this one, if you get the deluxe version of Cities Without Number, you get cyberware quirks and features for particular megacorp product lines, variant engineered human types for PCs who don't fit the baseline mold, optional rules for psychological strain of cyber alienation, optional rules for cheap and street cyber, and then spell casting. So there you go. Check that out. Yeah, so Ryan says, yeah, offers a free version of core rules of each game. Very nice. All of the Without Number series has a free version without some of the GM stuff. There you go. Orcus Dorcas is asking, has anyone have a read of this yet? A read of this? Anything it does that other Cyberpunk games don't do already? Blake, have a good night. Thanks for joining, buddy. I have played Stars. Thought it was all right. It's probably just one of my not my game at the moment. That could always change. Let's see. Look at this thing. Well, we'll save this one. So, newsflash, Drive-Thru RPG has forced their changes upon me. How dare they update their site and half me have to look at a completely different interface. I am utterly and completely offended at this whole thing. That is my take on ridiculousness. I'm so offended. The Animus training program, which is the Assassin's Creed Quick Start. So we talked about this briefly when it was announced that they were going to come out with a Assassin's Creed RPG. The only reason I'm bringing this up is it's a quick start. You can check it out. It's free. But it also had some interesting, as like they were going to try to facilitate some of the details of what the game is, which has this, hey, you're in the moment, back in time, and then it flashes forward and then backwards, and it has unique dice to it. So some of the design aspects of it, it's not, hey, this is a D6 system, D20 system. You have a skills and a target number and you roll the dice. Like it's a different take to try to mimic the video game. So anyways, it's available if you want to check it out. I have not. Full disclosure. There is a review on there. This is an old-time AC fan. I had low expectations of the game, but from what I could read, I gotta say I'm impressed. The rules seem quick, and even if the fiction-first system is more narrative than I expected, much like a light Genesis system, it seems fitting for the game and apparently addresses all the principle from the video game series. Also, kudos for the free app included with the dice roller and character sheets. So there you go. By Cool Mini or Not, right? That's who's putting it out. There you go. There you go. What's up, Zwiefer? Got a bounce? See you, Todd. Fair's in town. Oh, well, that's nice. It's probably just going to be fair, Todd. Probably nothing too crazy. Probably fair. Alrighty then. So I don't know if anybody got the memo, but Pelgrim Press is looking for an editor. So if you fancy yourself an RPG editor, you want a job, check out Pelgrim Press. And oh, by the way, if you do apply for that job and you do get the job, if in the interview I would lie, okay, so whatever it takes to get the job, okay, do what you need to. But after you get the job, like, do whatever it takes to get rid of their 3-column layout, okay, as an editor, just as a customer feedback, okay? I'm talking to you as the potential editor because they did announce Trail of Cthulhu 2nd edition, which I also should have brought up as a bundle. I don't know if that's still going on, but they did have a Trail of Cthulhu bundle out this week, I think. Was it last week? But it was a big bundle, like a lot of stuff for very good cost, for a good price. It's on Humble Bundle. Yeah, thanks, Ryan. So this is the 2nd edition that they're going to be coming out with. Original edition creator Kenneth Haidt, superstar writer-designer Gareth Ryder Hanrahan are collaborating on the revision process under the keen eye of Pelgrim publisher Cathriona Tobin, with the goal of being ready for a Kickstarter launch this November. That tight turnaround date should indicate that we're not changing a lot about the first edition, which won 2 silver Ennies for best writing and best rules. And then the Lucca Games Festival Best of Show Award launched a score of innovative and exciting supplements and adventures that have helped redefine Cthulhuvian gaming on the 21st century. So there you go. I am going to use Sean as my reference for my interview. Ty. Ty. You're calling me about Ty? Ty Prunty. The guy who says he's in my chat every Saturday? That guy? ICRPG guy? Okay, we're talking about the same guy. I got it. The 5e aficionado lover, right? Got it. So that'll be interesting. I don't think I have Trail anymore. I think I might have given mine up. I'll have to maybe get the second edition, see how it is. Yeah, there you go. I wanted to bring this up. So I posted this in our Discord. Some of you are there, some of you are not. If you're not there, what's going on? Why? What? Orcus says I played one session of Trail, didn't like it. So have you, having said that, played any other Gumshoe game? Or was that the only one? So I guess the question is, if you played it, did it turn you off from Gumshoe altogether? This was cool. I found this on Twitter. It's by Caesar Capical. Sorry, Caesar. I'm terrible at names. Introducing 2-minute warning. It's his narrative, the game he created, narrative card game about the thrilling final moments of a championship football match. Oh, and for the record, it looks to be American football. Okay, just calm down, people abroad or outside the U.S. And it's formatted as a sports magazine. And I thought, okay, probably not for me. But then I started looking at it and going, holy cow. I mean, that looks pretty cool. Cards. You crafted a custom VTT so you can play online, solo, or with your friends. Yep, you can play it in co-op or versus mode. And the VTT, it's free to use. The VTT piece is free to use for anyone that gets the game. I love the fake grass. Look at that. Defense, offense, call, huddle, snap, handoff, read, run, pass. Like if you're a sports nut, like it may not, you might, I don't know, not even have to be role-playing game, I guess, based. Thanks, Roger. I've grown so far away from the sports ball days, but I appreciate this, the work this guy put into it. I mean, look at that. Prompts like an energy. It does look fun. And wait till you get to the next one where it's flipping through all the pages. It looks pretty fantastic. Look at this thing. Is it gonna? It might not pop up. Oh, you can see it flipping. See if I can go large screen with it. I don't know if you're getting this. Nope. I can't go full screen. Can I go? Yeah. Let me see if I can go into this. I don't want to go full screen. I just want to pop this out. But anyways, hopefully you can see it. Let's see if I can zoom in. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty badass for a game. Oh, thanks, Roger. Roger, you're the best, man. You might regret starting Travis Kelce in your fantasy football team this week. But one thing you'll never regret is mashing that subscribe button on this channel. Yeah, that's awesome. Hey guys, do that, would you? Or put the thumbs down button. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Since everybody's here, before everybody starts disappearing. I'm sure Blake and Todd probably did that before they went out the door. But in case you guys are having to bolt early, smash it. Smash it. All right. Thanks, Roger. You're the best. He's the best around. Nobody's gonna bring him down. He's the best around. So I thought that was fantastic. And I am going to give you a link to his itch.io where you can get the game. He's the best around. Nobody's gonna bring him down. Let's get into crowdfunding, shall we? If you subscribe, you can use Sean as your reference for your next interview. Yes, I will say, yes, I know Ty. He is a great subscriber. Oh, this thing is really jacked, isn't it? It's like weird. Anyways, looks like it's like drooping on my end. Hey-o. All right, Ian World. Let's go to our Ian World for RPG crowdfunding news. Some have wrapped up. Weird Wizard is done. It's successful. Dolmenwood is done. This one's going to wrap up eventually. 10 million kroner. 10 million kroner. Moria. So I upped mine on this one. I'm getting the limited edition, and I'm getting a regular one. And then the limited edition, hey, yes, I'm going to put that sucker on eBay. Yes, I'm going to turn it around for at least 20%. Huh? Oh, it is on loop? Oh, let me... You can't hear it, can you? So many page turns. Sound? I didn't know there was a sound. This freaking interface drives me bonkers. I have this interface that has a loop back, and I don't want the loop back. I nuked it. It should stop in any second now. There. Sorry, guys. Well, I'm glad you find it hilarious, Ryan. And I can't hear it because I don't have my headphones on. Oh, okay. I thought you were going to run Moria. I'll run it. I'd be afraid to run it with you, Gabe. Gabe's he would out token me. I am interested in I've started reading the quick start rules because I do have the starter set for the One Ring from Free League because I'm contractually obligated as a shill to buy that. I also have the hardback book that I have not delved into. I don't know if you're a Tolkien fan. You might have to get that game. Just saying. So this thing, what are we talking here? Should we just find out? Like, what is it in American money? Whoops. 5 days to go. It's shy of $1 million. Oh, just this close. $947,000. Ooh. I mean, did I get the map? I don't remember if I kicked in for the map. I might have refrained from the map. Cloth map? Big map, like 3-footer, I think it is. I like this art. I'm glad they did it in like pencil art. I don't know why. Just glad. And monochrome. I think sometimes when you add color, I don't know. I think I could fill in the colors, maybe. I don't know, myself. Yeah, this is... Look at that map. Mega Dungeon. I think there's a part in an article that they wrote about this Kickstarter, like, why would anybody want to go into this thing? Dude, are you new to RPGs? Ugh. The dumbest people in the world are RPG PCs. 70 by 45 centimeters. I don't know what the hell that means. And then the cloth map is 100 by 65 centimeters, which means it's probably very small. I mean, hey, if I'm going to play an ignorant American, I'm going to go all in, everybody. 30 centimeters to a foot. Is it? Is that what it is? 30 centimeters to a foot? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's 3 by 2, right? A little more. I just don't want to put a cloth map down on the table. I have one of the Tomb of Horrors. I think I got this for free somewhere. They were giving it away. I had it hanging on the wall, kind of like just draped up. You guys can't see this thing. But I'll probably end up, if I'm going to probably relist the Tomb of Annihilation and then put the dice, tin, this all in as a bundle and the DM screen for it. So anyways, it's about to end in 5 days, you know. But I don't know if I could buy every single thing from Free League Publishing. Stop making games. What else? Let's see. Tomb Punk. You guys kicking on this? Tomb Punk, the Mausoleum Edition from Octopress Publishing. It's core rulebook. Tomb Punk is 100% made by humans and creature hands with no robots or AI art whatsoever. That's funny. Oh, so they're starting to list AI statements in this. Here, I'm just gonna, instead of linking to each one, I'll just put the link in the chat. What is the map to? Moria? To Moria. That's what the map's for, Ty. So this is heavily influenced by Johan Nor's work on Merkborg and Cyborg. Over 120 pages that convey the rules and feel of this RPG through the layout and artwork of Chris McClanahan. So it's funded at $16K of a $1,500 goal. So we've got 1 week to go. Savage Worlds, Odysseus and Overlords, 2nd edition. Is it Odysseus or Odysseus? There's Sean's. You can tell how well read Sean is by just having him ask that question. Odysseus and Overlords. Odysseus. That's a place in Texas, right? Or that's Odessa. Dude, I'm a mess. Core rulebook, $10 for the PDF and print-on-demand discount versions of the book, $3,500. It's got, it's going to come in with 5 days to go. They need a $34 pledge each day. Or no, that's the popular one. They need a $98 pledge each day. That's by Aegis Studios. Islis 1E, a grimdark biopunk role-playing game from Fable Scraps. An original system core rulebook, $50. Woof. Yeah, that one is going to fall short. They wanted $15K. It's going to come in short of that, I think. They've got 1 week to go. They need $978 a day to hit their fund. I got to imagine original system. I don't know how many of these folks have done, but that's got to be an uphill battle. But hey, props to anybody who takes a chance and tries to make this happen. It's not easy, I'm sure. Speaking from a guy who's never done it, but much respect. Greasers and Ghouls, drive-in theater now playing creature feature, double feature, weird retro role-playing in the 50s. Let's get all those decades covered, folks. This ends on Monday, the 11th of September. This being recorded the 9th. From Bloat Games. The concepts and plots of 1950s B movies have a charm to them, though the quality of those charming movies vary wildly. Taking just the concepts, Bloat Games is matching them with the OSR system to help convey an old school feel. So it's from the same publisher brought you Dark Places and Demogorgons. This has potential. So, of course, there's influences here. Back to the Future, American Graffiti, Grease, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. They're funded. Good for them. Cool. Old Town Saga, MT Black. D&D 5th edition. 5th edition, they get funded? Yeah, hell yeah, it did. $500 goal, and it's at $12,000. Wow, good on them. Jeez. I was waiting for a 5e to show up. You also get the Iskander Player's Handbook, which is 572 pages of setting support for this world. Wow. Wow. The Saga-born Creature Compendium 1.5 edition. Lone Wander Entertainment Sourcebook. $6 for both of the PDFs. $1,200. $1,200 pledged of $1,200 goal. I don't know if I've ever seen that on a Kickstarter. Booyah. Made it by this much. Good on them. Next one, Sky Zephyr's second stretch goal unlocked. 5th edition. Vehicle combat supplement for D&D 5e. What? What? Vehicle combat supplement for D&D 5e? Sky Zephyrs? Is this for D&D 5e or is it for 5e Spelljammer? Because Spelljammer didn't come with vehicle combat. Too soon? Funded. Shocker. Shocker. All right. Catacon. 3-day convention. Funded. Another one. River City Con. Louisville. Funded. That's it. That's for crowdfunding. Speaking of which, BSRCon. Not too terribly far off. I think I have event registration and sign badge purchasing coming up in November. That's not too far away, folks. I got to start sending out an email and getting a logo done and all that other good stuff. Michael Holland, hey, good morning. Morning, Sleepy. Morning, Sleepy. Don't let that sneak up on you now, BSers. Not that far away. Print news? Print news. EN World. Thanks, EN World. This stream, not sponsored or affiliated with EN World. But we do appreciate the work that they've done so that we could provide it to you in this stream. Steal the night. Mongoose Traveler keeps on trucking. The Journal of the Travelers Aid Society, Volume 7, and the Journal of the Travelers Aid Society, Volume 8. $25 each. Who's played Mongoose Traveler? Quick show of hands. I have not. Just kidding. Anybody? I need to know. I need to know if you've played Traveler. Not the old version. Mongoose Traveler, please. Michael's played a lot of games. Run by the incomparable Hoos. Yeah, a little early for the Hoosmeister. And it was end of quarter, so hopefully he's freed up now. Nope. What do you guys think? Is it good? You guys liked it? Mongoose first. I don't know if second is that far off. So good. Were you all in the same game? Roger, Ryan, William, Michael, Ty? Ty, you're not short of opinions. You did not die in character creation, did you? Somehow that's kind of strange to me. Not really. Traveler's all right, I guess, if that's what you like. That's what you like. It's crunchy, but I enjoyed it. Yeah. I think as a marketing thing, somebody should make an RPG and put it in a potato chip bag for packaging. But you know what? It's got to be crunchy. You're welcome. In a granola bag. You know, that's what they call University of Wisconsin students. I don't know if you guys knew that. Sometimes they're referred to as granolas. I don't know if that's true anymore. I don't know if they're as hippie as they used to be, but oh, you're a granola. Hilarious. Art of Die and CC character creation for Mongoose. Ran a session for our old group about 7 years ago. Ah. Orcus Dorcas says, I'm enjoying it. It's fun, but it's a little slow going. Okay, all right. Yeah, you know me, man. I'm trying to always up my game over here, Joe. Next, Viva la Resistance, Star Trek Lower Decks campaign guide. Kevin Salthart of Saltlandia is probably all over that Lower Decks game. Not probably for me. Although we were playing Star Trek, Session 1 kicked off with roaring success, let me tell you. Just got to iron out the kinks a little bit. Get used to the rules. You have not played Traveler if you did not die in character creation once. Oh, strong words. I suppose. I would say you have not experienced true Traveler unless you've died in character creation. Not you, player. You, player character. Or your player character. So Achtung Cthulhu, Viva la Resistance, Star Trek Adventures, Lower Decks. Check those out. From Modiphius, Dragonbane is out. What? This is the quick start guide and screen and dice. These are out. The game's been out, but now they've got the quick start guide, the screen, and the dice set. A Free League property I do not own. Look at that. Huh. Yeah. See, I can have discipline. Yeah, there you go. Wastes of Chaos. Wastes of Chaos. And Wastes of Chaos. Limited edition. I used to know a guy in the LAN party scene. His name was Dr. Chaos. So every time I would see him, I would call him Dr. Chaos. I guess you had to be there. G.I. Joe RPG Villain Miniatures. Set number 1. Cobra Khan Fusion. Free RPG Day 2023. By Renegade Studios. So there's a box set of 12 unpainted 28mm miniatures / softcover adventure. Oh, and this one. Black pudding. How come you taste so good? Wow. Black pudding. By Random Order Creations. Stepping up my game. Get a little music, folks. A little singing. A little song. A little dance. $6.49 each. Softcover supplements. I suppose, hey, spoilers, there's 6 previous versions of this. You probably don't need them to know what's going on in these 2. The Black Pudding Adventure Journal is the other thing. Mini Dungeon Tome by AAW Games, Pathfinder 2nd Edition, hardcover supplement. More than 130 complete and ready-to-run scenarios from the depths of the darkest dungeons to the primal dangers of the untamed wilderness. It's out. Here's some dice bags. These just kill me. These things probably cost like $1 to make. $15 each. I'm just kidding. Just kidding, Renegade Game Studios. I'm sure they're really awesome, high-quality bags. Who knows of Dr. Demento? Hell yeah. Who doesn't know of Dr. Demento? Nailed it. Might get a DMCA copyright strike for that. Well, let's hope, shall we? Could someone pay a super chat to ask him not to do that again? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to torture until I get you guys to pay, and then I will stop doing those things. Because, God forbid, you'll just leave. Michael Holland, I wrote maybe a dozen adventures for Mini Dungeon Tome 2. Oh, it's fantastic, man. Come for the chat, subscribe for the music. That's what, if you get the full package here, folks. Back to the page flipping sounds, Ryan West says. I could, if I put on my headphones, maybe I can like sing to it. Is it chilly in here, or did Sean just throw some shade on Renegade Games? Come on. Stay positive. Positive force. I'm sure they're fine dice bags. They're probably like super reinforced, screen printed by the finest of screen printing machines. I can't leave yet. It's how I avoid morning yard work. That's awesome. I'm like one notch above yard work. Orcus Dorcas is going to show up. He's not going to show up one weekend. He'll show up the next and go, sorry, I chose yard work last weekend. Oh, and Ryan too. Oh, you guys are awesome. Awesome. I should end this just so you guys have to go do yard work. What else have we got? We've gone over print news, crowdfunding news. We haven't gone over general news. I don't know if there is much at all. Sometimes they overlap, so we'll see. We'll see what they got here. I don't know if I put the print news link in the chat. Probably not. Just head over to Ian World and check it out, for Pete's sakes. All right. Level Up Advanced 5th Edition by Ian World. It's got some stuff there. Capers and Cyberpunk is a Kickstarter coming. A superpowered RPG of cyberpunks fighting the megacorps. Not what I would envision, but okay, cool. Dungeon Crawl Classics Mega Bundle. I think I got in on this. That's been out for a while, right? Am I right? Right. Ned Ryerson? Needle Nose Ned? I think that's there. If you haven't gotten in on that, dude, that's a no-brainer there. It's like a lot of DCC, of Goodman Games stuff. If it's the same bundle, I think I paid like $35. Don't pay the minimum. Pay the maximum. Whatever that is. Unearthed Arcana Playtest 7 continues. Dreams and Machines, the Modifius game. Player's Guide, GM Guide. Where is it talking about it? It doesn't say. Here it is. Pre-orders. That's all. Pre-orders for this is now available for pre-order. These are. freely released the new Tales from the Loop adventure book, They Grow Up So Fast, which wasn't in print news. Did you notice that? So They Grow Up Fast, a collection of 4 adventures that can be played individually or together as a part of a year-long campaign. I do have one of the Tales from the Loop campaign guides, one of the first ones that they purchased. I read one. It was okay. Like, I haven't run it. So, and I haven't played Tales from Loop. I think I have a Tales from Loop game on the docket for GameholeCon, but we'll see. Yeah, the DCC bundle have been going on for more than a week already. Thanks, Ryan. Zweefer says, slackers, I'm picking apples and listening via headphones. Sweet. Zweefer. Yeah, buddy. Gotta make that cider. Gotta make the cider. That's another one. Anyone test out Dreams and Machines Quick Start? It says, asks Orcus Dorcas. So that's all that I've got for this week, I think. I don't think I've skipped anything or overlooked anything. Did I overlook anything? Ty said he was wanting to know about crepids and whatever. What is it? Did you put it in? You put it in the Discord, didn't you, Ty? Like at last night at like midnight when I was about to go to bed. Let me see. Cryptid Creeks. Not to be confused with Sheets Creeks. Oh, God. I hate it when you pull up something and it's like asking you for prompts. Come on. Oh, Jesus. Oh, here we go. All right. Ty wanted to bring this up. He says, I never share anything he puts out there. So Cryptid Creeks. It's got 25 days to go on Kickstarter. Where is it? Come on, load. It's at $36,000 of $9,000 goal. It's based out of the UK. So that's why it's kind of a $9,972 goal. It's by the Hatchlings, who have created 4, and they've backed 74. So they are no strangers to the Kickstarter. So if you're interested in this, go and check it out. The game, stop a terrible curse with the help of cryptoids in this tabletop RPG for all ages. It's powered by the Apocalypse engine and is carved from brindlewood, a term for content based on Jason Cordova's award-winning Brindlewood Bay. So in this supernatural mystery, you'll play River Scouts, a crew of young adults setting out to stop a rapidly spreading curse with the help of ancient cryptids of your own invention. There you go. Look at that. Pulled it up. And yeah. So there you go, Ty. I put it out there for him. You in on this, Ty? Has inspirations like Gravity Falls, Hilda, The Goonies, Lumberjanes, and A Night in the Woods. Through this game, we hope to see some themes such as friendship, discovery, community, explored by gaming groups and summer campers of all ages and backgrounds. There you go. All right. Of course I am, he says. Oh, I hear Augie. He's coming. If you joined late, you missed my Augie story. Anybody want a cat? The nerve of this guy. Look at him. He's like literally sitting down in the middle of the room, just looking around. Like, let's see what I can screw with now. Oh, Larry, you missed it. You got it. It's the first story. Like, it's the first 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Yeah, you gotta listen. This episode not brought to you by Fresh Step. And he is, and the thing is, he'll come down sometimes, and he'll want a snack. Goes like he's like Nibbles from Tom and Jerry. If you don't know who Nibbles is, and I'll be like, dude, you have treats on your frickin' tray. So literally, I have to pick it up, shake it, and put it right back down. Such an asshole. Anyways, thanks everybody for joining. Going to give you a little time back today because I know there's yard work to be done. And I don't want you guys being here for another half hour slacking on your duties. If you have significant others that are depending on you, I don't want to let them down. So, hey, I'm pro non-RPG dependence. That's right. Don't forget to be a positive force in the tabletop RPG hobby, right? There's enough hate out there. So there's enough haters out there. So gaming and BS. BS or con, I got to get an email together. I want to get a logo out. I think the theme is going to be pen, paper, and dice. That's the 3. All right. BS or con 3. Pen, paper, and dice. The pen, the paper, and the dice. That's what I'm going to try to do. PPD. The pen, the paper, the dice. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. So we got to play online with pen, paper, and dice. Hey, come on, Gabe. Don't be that guy. I could do, VTT, I don't know, dice app, VTT, video conference. I know, it seems a little odd, and online kind of is going to say pen, paper, and dice. I'm going to get a lot of confusion, right? Maybe that's a bad idea, but I'm open to ideas. We could do it right here. What should I name it? Last year was BSRCon 2 Electric Boogaloo. The first one, I can't remember what it was. Accept the challenge. Keyboard screen, random number generator. So yeah. I was thinking number 3. Like, what is significant about 3? Like, what can I riff off of for number 3? I think, like, the good, the bad, the ugly, this is good. Doesn't really roll off the tongue. No. Search for Spock. No. Tad. What would it like the search for dice? Not how to D&D. Yeah, no, not that. Secret of the Ooze. BSRCon 3D. Go with an 80s theme. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm listening. RNGesus rises on the 3rd. Larry, I don't think that's that. It's not going to work. I don't think. I was starting on a logo, and I know what the logo should look like. I just don't know. I'm not a graphic designer, so anything I try to do is like the Electric Boogaloo one was like taking The Empire Strikes Back, and I could trace it out and do the different lettering. But obviously not wholly original. It wasn't from scratch. But I know I was looking at the Cornell University seal. So it's like this circular, and then it says like Cornell University around in the circle. And then it has like 2 shields, and then like a journal or a book open. And I'm like, that's perfect. I'll riff off the Cornell logo or seal. And then I would put like pen, paper, and dice like in each one, right? That would be cool. And then it would look like a collegiate seal that I could put on shirts, and it would look okay, right? It's not going very well, let me tell you. I need a graphic artist. Where is our graphic artist in our community? I'm thinking Fiverr. Maybe I just need to throw it out to Fiverr and just, I know exactly what I want it to look like to some degree. Not exactly, but I have ideas. Bell, book, and candle. I don't know. I guess, maybe. I don't know what that is, Roger. I'm an idiot. Look if I can get a bishop to sign off on it. No, Larry. Dices strikes back. I mean, it's not a bad idea, Ty. I like where you're going with it, but I don't know if Star Wars is the way to go again. BSRCon 3, the quest to avoid yard work. Yeah, that's an option. It'll be interesting to see how it does. Number 3, it may be. I don't know if it'll be a bust. I don't know if it'll be more. The same. I think last year's was a little lower than the first one, maybe. I don't remember. Lots of games. So start thinking of the games you want to run and play. BSRCon 3. I don't know. Three's Company. Did you ever do a riff off of Three's Company? It's in January. Yes, Joe. Yep. Yard work. Yard work in January in Michigan. No, not going to work. So January, but like stuff's happening starting in November. So I want to get an email out so I can get like, hey, everybody, just so you know, here's some important dates. Start planning, start thinking, start putting lists out there. I mean, it can be a little less conventional than some of the other, little less conventional. That should be it should riff off of Elvis. A little less conventional, a little bit more action. A little less conventional, a little more action. Come and knock on our door. We've got dice waiting for you. People be like, huh? I don't get it. Three's Company. Three's party. A party. Three's a party. I don't know. Dude, Roger French guy, prepping my Passion de las Pasiones. I will totally be in that game. I'd play that with you, Roger. Look at the University of California CO2. Needs even less modification. Looks exactly like a rule book in the middle. I'll have to check that out. I like the ivy. The what is the leaves? What is that? What is that thing? It's not ivy leaves, is it? What is it? I don't know. I'd have Midjourney do it. I don't know half the terms in the damn. I literally took ChatGPT, or I think it was Bard, whatever the Google one is. I actually said, I should go to ChatGPT, it might bring it better, but it's like, describe the Cornell University's seal as if you were describing it to an artificial intelligence to like draw it. And I'd put that in, and then it would generate it, and then I would put that into a prompt, and it wasn't even close. I mean, I guess it could be a coat of arms too, but a little less conventional. I like that, Roger. That's good. I like that one. Yeah. Gelato Giovanna, good to see ya. I just finished a YT video and your channel popped up. I like it here. You're cool. Keep being cool. Cool, man. Thanks, Gelato. You're coming in at the end. You missed all the fun. I appreciate the vote of cool, though. Party of 3? Gamers, party of 3? Gamers, party of 3. I don't know. Coasters. BSRCon 3, The Lion, the Witch, and the Con. That's got potential. I like where you guys are going. Keep it. I'll open a thread on the Discord. People can throw ideas in there. BSRCon 3. I got to get it going, though, because I want to put out a newsletter and, should be probably part of the newsletter. Maybe I'll put that in the newsletter, the email letter. What should we call it? Of course, I'm doing it like in September. Duh. The triumvirate, pen, paper, and dice. I don't know. For an online con, you guys kind of chopped me down on that. BSR Con 3 TBD. That's not bad either. Somebody will mistaken like it's, when is it? TBD. Revenge of the Dice. BSR Con 3. Why BSR Con 3 playing the long con? Yeah, I don't know. These are full of ideas. That's good, though. It's just the brain trust. All right, so I'll start a thread in the Discord. If you guys are there, chime in and let me know what you think it should be called. I'll make it a prize. The winner gets a special title on the Discord. Supreme Creative Director, Overlord. I know. Now you guys are rushing over there now. Probably creating their own thread. Lord of the Con. What is the third book in the Tolkien series? Return of the King, right? Return of the Con. Return of the Con. Lord of the BS. Return to the Con. I don't know. I got nothing, man. I got nothing. I got some. BS3PO. Hey, Gabe. BS3PO. Well, numbers threes, right? All the threes. I don't know. I'm getting distracted. So what's going on? Hey, if you haven't seen the Vaesen video on this channel, and if you're wondering about Vaesen, or you're curious about Vaesen, or I don't know, I don't think it's a bad video. Like I took a little time with this one, upped my editing a little bit. I've gotten a lot of feedback, very complimentary in nature. The ones that probably don't like it probably just bolt, and that's okay. But I did a Harrigan, Phil, and Wayne were all very nice to shed light on Vaesen as a game, because obviously I've never played it and I've never run it, but I own it and I've read it, and it's like got some very good things about it. So it is very much gushing about the game and what it does and does well. And so if somebody's a Vaesen fan, they're going to be like, yeah, I already know all this. It's great. Good. Yay. But for some of you that are Vaesen curious, then that'll be great. That'll be fine. So check it out. I'm quite, I pat myself on the shoulder a little bit on the editing work that I've done. Kerrigan's still around. BSR Con 3 this time with feeling. Oh, God. I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, and I also say, if you have watched the video and you didn't stay till the end, like Phil McClory has a mystery that you can buy on drive-thru. The link's down below. Not in this show, but in that video. And then also Wayne has also done OSR stuff, and he doesn't tell anybody that he does any of that. I don't know if you're still in the chat, Wayne, but Wayne's done quite a bit of OSR products, and he's got like through Kismet, I think is his company name. So giving him some love there. Check it out. Star Trek Session 1 kicked off this past week. Whew, it's going to be an interesting video to put out. I have Session 0 I got to edit, and then Session 1, there's a little bit of editing too. But it is very much okay, hold on a second. Let's figure this out and how this works. And so it's very much you take, hello, this is a live play, actual play, very polished and really well done. Not that ours is like crap by any means, but this is like when the rules, like if you're at how do I put this? If you're at a game table that, say, you have probably encountered quite often, where people are asking, like, and you're just kicking off a new game that nobody's played, and you have questions about the rules and how this works and the situations, you will have an appreciation for the videos that we're putting out. So we didn't want to put out like the big polished, just make a ruling and let's move along. It's like we're stopping to learn the game. There you go. So it'll be fun to see us. If you appreciate that, then you will appreciate watching. Listening too, because I think you don't need a lot of video, so it might be audio as well. And I will probably provide the stuff to the Analytic Dice guys, since both of the hosts of that show Gabe's running the game and Kevin's a player. So if they want to take some of the footage and hack it up and put it out there, they're more than happy to do that, of course. So, and Gabe's like, it'll get better starting next week, of course. Well, the following week, right? Like 2 weeks, buddy. But yes. Yeah, Star Trek Adventures game. Yep. So we're going to do that for a little bit. It'll be fun. Looking forward to it. I think we've got the spirit of the game. We just have to, there's a lot of there's a lot of moving parts with that game. Like, to really facilitate the Star Trek stuff. And it's different D20 game than Conan or probably Fallout in what it's trying to do. So when you have things, it's like a longer skill challenge, lots of kind of pieces, and then there's momentum that can play into that, and then there's conflict and difficulty and all that other good stuff. It was good this week, yes. I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just saying that we are taking our time and learning some of the rules. So it's not Critical Role. What else? Cyberpunk. We started session 0 and session 1.5, or session 0 and 0.5. So Harrigan's running that for the Thursday night group, the every other Thursday night group, which is the same group that did a long-term Forbidden Lands game, a couple of them. So we're Harrigan's giving a shot at Cyborg. That's going to be fun. It's just, board games are just so funny to me. Over the top, super extreme. But it's just, it'll be a hoot. And so we did character generation, got that knocked out, went over some of the cats pieces, and then we actually started a session and took out a mark. Yeah, baby. So it was fun. Looking forward to probably, I think the word is probably 3 to 4 sessions of Cyborg. Remember 30 minutes ago when Sean said he was going to give us some time back? Yeah, well, I'm wrapping up the show. So this is kind of, I know. I'm a liar. I exaggerate. So that's it. Play-by-post. We got like 10 people on our Discord doing a play-by-post that Harrigan's running. Nave. So I think my character's like submitted. I got to probably put some gear on them. I'm playing Pogo. Nave is not a class-based system. You kind of get that from some of the details of your character during generation, is my understanding. So 11 we start today. We do start. Okay, awesome. 11. Wow. Okay, so we got 11, 12 if you include Harrigan. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's so big play-by-post. I'm interested to see who falls off. Who are out there? Probably somebody not in the chat. And then I am in another play-by-post game that I signed up for, Kids on Bikes game, and got my character. What was his name? Can't remember my character's name. Shoot. I'm playing the Silver Spoon in Kids on Bikes 2nd edition. It's going to be taking part. We're building the town that's taking part on an island off the coast of Washington State. I think it's called Harborville or Harbotton. Yeah, it'll be fun. It's got some interesting pieces we put into place, like an old military base that's there. A small detachment of militaries there, but it used to be like an old military base that nobody knew what it was there for in the past. There's like old bunkers and stuff. A couple festivals that take place during the year. Definitely had my contributions to some of those. Yeah. Silver Spoon, not Ricky Stratton. No. So he's a 13-year-old kid going on 20, and his mother is a supermodel, and his dad is a civil litigation attorney. And so his dad's from the island. He's been a kid that's dumped off onto his grandparents. So he kind of, instead of leaving him alone, they dump him on his grandparents, and he goes to school there and rarely sees his mother and father. So that's the story of whatever the character's name is I came up with. Yeah. Who's afraid of heights? He's scared of heights. Yeah. So that'll be fun. That's, I think, all I have. That's all I have. I want to thank these folks for supporting me. Thank you very much. With a few shekels each month, I really appreciate it. Some of you are in the chat. I will put some of the links from the creators from the beginning of the video, and I'll put those down below. Make sure you check out some of their work. Some of the podcasters, go subscribe to them, buy their stuff. And some of the people that have put out RPG products. And then, what else do I have for announcements? Anything? I don't think so. Oh, BS Gamehole Con, if you're coming, we're having an event Saturday night at the Holiday Inn Express at 8 p.m. Central Time. So if you see this after the recording and you happen to be coming to Gamehole Con, you're certainly welcome to show up. It's welcome to open all gamers. BYOB if you indulge, and if you don't, you are certainly welcome to come as well. You do not have to drink alcoholic beverages, but if you drink like water, you can show up as well. So it'll be fun. And I'm not going to prolong these guys got to go out. You guys got to go out and do yard work. It's just, I can't keep you from doing that anymore. So be a positive force in the tabletop RPG hobby, create, move, and learn, do some gaming, spend time with people you love and appreciate, and we'll catch you on the next one next week, Saturday, 8 a.m. Central Time. See ya.